This is the winner bracket final for you, everybody. The two victors of this match face each other. XlorD defeated Neutron 2-0. JohnnyCage defeated Sonic 2-1. This is a match for the group stage. With a win here in this best of 3, they advance to the top 8 of the W League Europe. We have the map picks and bans.
What are they?
Yeah, looking for them right now. There we go. Sorry about that. JohnnyCage vetoes Twisted and Concealed. XlorD gets rid of Echo Owls and Terranas. So we start with Amazonia.
And remaining we have
Northern
Twisted?
Isles. No, Twisted is vetoed immediately. Northern Isles and Last Refuge.
Okay. Interesting. Dude, what JohnnyCage just said. Why he has such a bad thing. He's playing on mobile internet.
Yep.
How does that even work?
I have no idea. You can like use your phone as a modem, of course, to like tether. That's what I did in China all the time. But yeah. Works for him, I guess. He defeated Sonic with it and showed some nice plays there as well.
Absolutely.
And
JohnnyCage,
now-
I'm becoming more and more of a fan of him. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah.
If he gets a modem one day, who knows what he can accomplish.
Absolutely. So the vote is up. XlorD, the big fan favorite here, coming in as a 27-year-old. Yeah, he's been around the scene forever, man. We got to know him as a 13, 14-year-old kid playing for SK06. Yeah, that's 13 years ago, man. Yeah. Oh, no, that was created even earlier, right? That clan was designed to be good in 06. So, pretty much. Multiple-time German champion. Internationally, not the biggest successes, unfortunately. But yeah, it's the first time these two players clash, and JohnnyCage with Human again, not switching to the Night Elves. Let's see what he can do against Undead.
And that's definitely a benefit for JohnnyCage. He can pick and choose oftentimes in matchups, you know, what he deems best. And seems like, yeah, he's not going to Night Elf here, sticking with the humans. Could have definitely been worth a consideration, but no. We'll be playing human here instead. He's kind of what XlorD used to be, somewhat. He's in a fairly old scene, one of the youngest players in Europe. And now going up against XlorD, one of the strongest players of German Warcraft history, perhaps the strongest ever. JohnnyCage, he is still on his way to prove himself as one of the strongest Russian players. From Russia, of course, we have many, many strong Warcraft players. But already winning the first round, JohnnyCage against Sonic. Not everyone would have expected this. Looking strong there. And now going up against the Undead. 2
maps for the main event in the upper right from Germany. Making a comeback here is XlorD. Still undefeated here. The X2O memes still alive. We start on AZ. His opponent, JohnnyCage, who defeated Sonic 2-1 prior to this. Cascade is his clan. He was quite successful in W3IL, making it into the quarterfinals, were then defeated. But he has a pretty good track record there as well. One of the reasons why we invited him into the top 12 of this tournament, W3IL performance and recent cup results as well. With America Cup, he's playing quite a bit, and that's really, really cool to see. Also, another similarity to the early XlorD. XlorD was able to play Undead and Human, JohnnyCage with Human and Night Elf, also like random in general. Yeah, maybe he can become the next XlorD. We have a Ted Fiend build order from the Accountant, and JohnnyCage, aka Ace, with a normal Archmage opening here on AZ.
XlorD, he was very active back in the day, 2008, 2009, where Ghoul play was all the rage. This is a really good map for Ghoul opening if you anticipate your opponent to expand. So I was kind of feeling like, maybe he's gonna go for that Ghoul opening. But he's not. It's the good old Ted Fiend build order, which is the norm. Absolutely the meta against Human nowadays. Can transition very easily into tech, into one base play, into Fiends, and quick hero progress is not that good at being aggressive early on. So, if JohnnyCage wants to play expansion here, he should be able to make it work. Acolyte, slight interference, pulls away the creep camp, and will pull the second one as well. And this now is going to be telling for XlorD. Is he going to follow the Chinese meta and go for creeping first, or is he going to go for the happy approach with instant harass?
He's rushing over. How much can he get? The rogues are about to die. The Acolyte was pretty close of getting the kills there, but full experience to JohnnyCage, plus a Tome of Intelligence, plus the Mantle of Intelligence. He's blocking the Archmage from picking up the item, but in the end it doesn't work. So, skeletons here, coils ready, 4 of them. How many kills can he get? That's the first one. The second one about to die as well. JohnnyCage can deny maybe. Yep, does it. 2 peasants dead, but only 1 goes onto the account of the Death Knight.
That was actually a sick Acolyte block. That was a Chimico Acolyte block.
Yeah.
That kind of forced the AM to pick between the 2 items. So he went for the Circlet, the DK gets the Mantle.
Oh yeah, true.
Everything that gives mana to the undead is always good.
And it's less damage for the Archmage in these early skirmishes, which makes the skeletons a little more durable. But on the other side, it's more mana and a little bit of damage for the Archmage. But Circlet and Mantle is pretty much the nuts.
Yep. And that was prevented. Rock Golem pull now is... Did it work? I'm not sure. It didn't! We still have the slows coming out here and the boulder tosses, but full surround on this Rock Golem. There's no way XlorD should be able to pick that up, right? Right? Nah. Item and experience goes to the AM. Greater mana as well, and it's going to be level 3 here very soon. DK, with his harass, really didn't get much experience. He's still far away from level 2. And this is the danger of this opening. If you don't go for creeping early on, as many of the Chinese do, you can find yourself stuck on level 1 for a long time.
Yeah, Happy played it magnificently well against, I think, Sock and TH at WGL, but Happy is Happy. He's...
Yeah. Seriously, Happy is just insane.
Kind of a
when you
fifth
see Happy
race.
play this, it seems unfair, because if you're an undead, you've been in that situation before, and you're just holding up your hands in front of your face, and you're saying to yourself, it's not supposed to work like that.
Yeah, how?
It's not supposed to work like that.
Why? What? XlorD stealing another creep here, but not too many peasants died. It's a 4 peasant expansion on tier 1, accompanied by an Archmage who has a greater mana, and tier 3. XlorD has level 1.6, not too much, but a tech. And the tech is almost done. Again, he is low on experience. He hides his units.
Oh, the one fiend distraction. Is it gonna work? This is like a magnet. Come with me, come with me. And then the DK swooping in with the other fiend. But no more out of Necromancy means he can't really put too much pressure on here. Kills 1 more peasant. He might get a second one if he uses the coil, but then he's gonna be absolutely out of mana. Wants to right click it down. Nice base layout though.
Wow, yeah. A little Infi-esque, forces the coil because he can't go in for a melee attack. And that's the harass. Close to level 2. But Expo pretty... like, I don't want to say unpunished, but it's in time, certainly. Oh, Expo, can he get the kill? It would be level 2. Close, but Johnny gets this as well. Plus the item and the tome. The Russian is playing
to the creeps. I don't know if he attacked them by himself, or maybe the AM woke up the creeps. But anyways, the troll take out that one fiend, and that's a costly loss. That's not what you want to have happen early game.
Are you sure it died to the creeps? Because there's one super hurt in the base.
Absolutely sure. There was a corpse on the ground.
Okay.
So, XlorD now only 2 fiends. Low HP, low mana DK. Level 1. About to be level 2 though. Yeah, aggressive potential for XlorD at the moment is horrible.
He needs to step back a little, I guess, but that's not his playstyle, right? He's pretty aggressive by himself. Goes to tier 3 now. JohnnyCage claiming a little bit of XlorD side of the map. Close to level 4 already. Tech has started too. He is so confident. It's an absolute phenomenal performance from this Russian today.
Yeah, look at the scout footy as well. He has it over there to see the undead army moving in. He knows exactly how much time he has to keep on creeping just a little bit more. And this AM is level 4 already.
Not even 7 minutes in. Pretty much
Getting the
unbelievable.
shop would be a big kill, but mass repair. Oh, just a split second too late.
Archmage didn't get anything here. So, another Nova, almost 2 of them. How many kills can he get? This is great for XlorD so far. Also more skeletons. The Arcane Tower is up, okay.
Can he get us around? Not easy against the Aura. And the Lich squishes out barely. This was a few peasant kills though. There was like 3, 4, maybe even 5. The shop delayed. But the tech has started already. The Shredder is here. Lumber isn't going to be an issue for much longer.
Footman. Oh, almost falling. With one more attack, could have gotten it. Defend, marching forward. No more Nova right there, but a statue is here for some regen. Alongside the 3 fiends.
DK dropping low. The level 4 in the AM now is so nice. He basically has unlimited water elementals if he goes for 1 or 2 clarities. So losing that shop earlier does sting a little. The footy numbers aren't as high as you would like them to be. 5 upward is where it starts feeling good. But they've all been bruised and battered and forced back. Some of them are huddling at the expansion, waiting to heal. But tier 2 is approaching, and with the MK coming out, it's going to be easier to deal with these fiends.
There's another Nova. Do you want to invest it for the kill? Not really. Statue a little far forward. But JohnnyCage is buying tremendous amounts of time. But tier 3 is done. And the orb is coming as XlorD has backpack already.
And the fiend is waiting for exactly that. Statue taking pretty serious amounts of damage. AM creeping so much, never had the time to go to the shop to go for the boots. Otherwise, this would have probably been a kill on the statue.
Immediate tier 3 by JohnnyCage, plus the blacksmith. Mountain King is still quite far away, so he's towering up. Is there a timing for XlorD to come in with destroyers? Does he even want that?
Mass repair saves the one tower, but the other one will be falling. However, a fiend is claimed for this. Slight mistake by XlorD not coiling it soon enough. AM now dropping low as well, but there's a shop here for heal pots. He should be fine himself, and he is.
Ooh, Nova
And
here.
that regen scroll is going to be nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The Nova would be insane, but does he have the mana? Not yet. Second statue. And an Acolyte coming for repair, I guess. Destroyer upgrade only now.
But there's multiple ways to try to crack an expansion. It can just be fiends, it can be fiends with a third hero, can be destroyers, can be meat wagons. It's still pretty much all doable for XlorD.
Oh, be careful with the Lich now. Yep, Stormbolt coming in. Instant surround. Gotta be a TP, right? He does have one coil trying to fight out, but the Water Elemental closes it immediately. Another Nova, but yeah, TP out right when Destroyer form finishes.
Really good Water Elemental control there. That's what kept the surround closed. And that gives him so much time right now. Also, easily a minute where he doesn't have to worry about the undead.
Yeah, and he was constantly going for more footmen. We see this sometimes that humans just stop footman production, but they are so key in the defense for especially those situations. And now, oh, Flute of Accuracy, double racks, rifles, and a flute and breakers. Looking good for JohnnyCage. By the way, thank you, Dizzyit, for the 17-month resub. Lesson 3, keep on going B2W. As long as you support us, we will, my man. Thank you.
And the double-racked rifle, I think, is the way to play this matchup nowadays. It makes you pretty safe on tier 2. It used to have the downside that it fell off pretty hard in the super late game. But nowadays, if you go Priest Master Training with Inner Fire and get the triple hero and get decent level MK, this is still really good in the super late game.
Yeah. Did you see how fast he denied that footman after the Nova? He anticipated that, I think. That was so fast.
And always there with the repair quickly as well. This shop will not be easy to take out. XlorD is playing in pretty happy style, right? Happy also just spam mass fiends. Mass fiends, dual hero, no destroyers, or maybe one at max.
No Stormbolt anymore for a little bit. Swap the potion over to the MK, but he's only level 2. He would ideally use that potion on level 3. And in the meantime, XlorD's getting a couple of kills. Finally level 3 on the decay. That changes a lot. More nuke, more healing.
Paladin is coming though. That's going to be a big help as well. And JohnnyCage is still holding on to the militia. Is it time for the call now? Yes, he's lining it up with the Paladin almost. But not quite.
Knight's coming.
Oh, Knights and Rifles. Interesting. Fiend healed up, but Orb of Fire not healed up for that much.
JohnnyCage trying to go for a surround, and again it's stuck. So does he have a TP? No, just an Invul has to fight through this. Oh, replenishment potion into Invul, so he actually gets the healing as well. That was pretty smart. But what about the Lich? Too late! As the Paladin has a nice arrival. Coming in, kills the second hero. Oh boy. XlorD struggling hard. Oh, almost the dodge, but no. Man, JohnnyCage has a great army now. 2.7 and 1. Knights, a lot of sustained damage from the backline. Lich back at the tavern.
This is the guy who defeated Happy on one map in a best of 5 not too long ago. If I remember right, it was even this map. I'm not 100% sure. Time is running out here for XlorD. He needs to break this very soon. Otherwise, this human army is going to run away with this game. This human player is going to run away with this game. Getting more breakers, getting more knights, and now getting more experience as well. This is the only the only thing he's behind in this game is experience on his other heroes other than the AM. But now he's going to get level 3 MK, and with that the level 2 Stormbolt.
Aggressive TP as well, 60 supply for him. Stormbolt coming, no dodge. The spell against the Water Elemental 3 Destroyer is up now. Can of course coil the Fiends a little, but the Orb of Fire is always there, and the burrows don't really work. Destroyer about to die, needs a coil, should be on cooldown. Statue saves it for now. JohnnyCage fought back for now.
Destroyers are a little bit scary, but we have some rifles against them. DK is dropping low on mana, now dropping low on health as well with the Stormbolt, and the Holy Light has to be careful. Lich hits his level 3, but doesn't have mana for anything really. Good Burrow coming in here, but instant reveal gets the next kill. That's level 2 for the Paladin, going for the aura, not even fearing the nuke, and that's the GG and the 1-0 lead for JohnnyCage.
XlorD is not undefeated anymore. Feeling the wrath and the fatality move of JohnnyCage. I am so impressed what this Russian is bringing to the map.
He's the real thing.
It's unbelievable, man. Like, getting more and more of a fan. Decision making, great. Execution on 200 ping, outstanding. This dude, man, we have to look out for him.
And that's the thing about the Happy opening. It doesn't work for everyone, you know? This DK fell too far behind. This DK did not do enough damage. And yeah, on AZ, the AM just got too good of a start. Got level 3 right away. Pretty much with the expansion creep. But it's going to be a different map. Next, we're moving on to Last Refuge as map number 2. For many human players, this would be a worthy consideration for a Mountain King. I don't think JohnnyCage really is a Mountain King first player, though.
Me neither. I think I have seen him only with Archmage so far. Demon is in chat. He knows for sure as his team manager. Last Refuge is next, as we said. XlorD's picked now. This leaves us with Northern Isles, which is like these two maps, Last Refuge and Northern Isles, oftentimes decision making at the moment, like the last of a season, of a series.
And like speaking of counter picks, LR for XlorD here. This is way easier to expand on than Northern Isles.
That's correct.
Why didn't he choose Northern Isles? This map is great late game for mass creeping, triple hero with destroyers, dispelling the inner fire and stuff. You can really jump up in levels and items. But early game, this is a pretty damn easy human expansion, which is not the case on Northern.
Maybe he feels confident in his harass abilities and in his abilities to break expansions. Maybe he thinks, okay, it's just something went wrong and I was a little unlucky, because he did a lot of damage to JohnnyCage. That's undeniable. It wasn't a bad game by XlorD by any chance. Like,
it wasn't bad, but he was stuck on level 1 for a long time, and that's never good for the early game. And the AM just rushed to level 4. He was level 4.
Yeah,
so
it was
quick,
so
man.
7-minute level 4. It's like, when did we ever see this? It was so fast.
All right, XlorD is back, and we're about ready to start this. Both players give their go-ahead, and it's time for round 2.
Match points for
Johnny
Johnny
Cage taking out Sonic, and perhaps now XlorD, the Iron Couch champion, next to get out of the first group stage here. This would be pretty sick.
That would be an exclamation mark in the career of Johnny Cage. But it's XlorD's map choice. He must know why he picks that map. And let's see, can he strike back? Otherwise, he finds himself in the lower bracket against the Night Elf, that's for sure. The lower bracket semifinal still Sonic versus Neutron. Welcome to Last Refuge. We call it one of the best maps that was ever created in the history of Warcraft. In the bottom left from Russia, the 20-year-old Johnny Cage. And in the upper right, the 20-year-old Daniel Spenst, XlorD. So, what do we have? We have mercenary camps at the 12 and 6 o'clock position. We have expansions in the bottom right and the upper left. And right next to it, another one with 2 red spots. In the middle, 2 merchants. So we pretty much have everything, as this hill is also accompanied by a laboratory.
You just said XlorD is 20 years old.
No, 27. Like, Johnny Cage is 20.
I think you said XlorD as well after.
Can't be. I don't make mistakes, you know that.
And I was like, what? No way. No, he's 27. EPS, it was a long time ago. It was a long ass time ago. Ted Fiend opening once again. Standard start here. Johnny Cage, does he want to go for a bit of a risk? Is he going to go for the Merc Camp right away? I wouldn't recommend it. XlorD already has shown his fondness of level 1 harass, and that's what you're hoping for the AM, to be greedy, to take a risk, and to go for that Merc Camp. So it should be standard green into second green or into expansion right away. And yeah, I think this is pretty much the way to go for human. Fast expansion. If you can hold, which Johnny Cage proved he can, still pretty good.
Yeah. And especially what I see not really more and more humans do. I think Todd was one of the first to do that. And slowly but steady more humans follow it up, is the double racks. That, I think, has so much impact because you get so much more rifles, and as we saw, 2 knights immediately. Of course, it costs a little, but it's so strong.
Absolutely agree. And also, if you can afford to trade continuously with the undead, which is exactly what you can do when you get level 4 AM, you drain mana time after time. And if DK and Lich both are low mana and suddenly 2 knights come in, that is all of a sudden very threatening and should keep your expansion safe. That's of course looking far ahead in this game, but fast expo into tier 3 tech is very reasonable to expect in this matchup. XlorD going for the harass here. He's trying to lure out the Murlocs, trying to force in snares, perhaps even going to try to pull out the Merc Camp. Acolyte's already in position.
I think he wanted some poison on the units as well from the Nightcrawler. Pretty cool how he plays around with the creeps, and here we go again, hoping for the ensnares. This time he gets one. First it was only on a Water Elemental, but this is also draining mana. So he had to resummon the Water Elemental, I guess. Now there's not a single one available. So Johnny Cage's game is already insanely delayed.
It is delayed. Don't know if it's by that much, but he is paying respect to XlorD. He is waiting, biding his time, and calling 6 militia just to be safe. Acolyte wants to call the Merc Camp, but they don't always obey, so they don't actually do anything. Patiently waiting for the coil last hit. Damn, nice by Johnny Cage. Yeah. And he's gonna get that last hit as well for the level 2.
That kid, pretty sweet. Can he get the Ogre? No, that was hard against the coil. So the first experience for XlorD. Ring +3, good block for the Militia and Footman, but XlorD steals it. The Magpie. But the Archmage is down to 50%. Kills coming in. And 2 more sets of Necromancy.
DK's out of mana though, so this AM shouldn't really be in trouble, but he is at least having to run around, you know. This was really good. Almost perfect by Johnny Cage. The one thing he didn't do so well was put pressure on the DK. There was no footies on the DK. There was no AM shooting at the DK. If he had done that a little bit better, perhaps XlorD would have gotten nothing from this camp. This one Ogre Magi is actually essential to his early game. And now he's continuing the pressure with more and more skeletons, getting more peasant kills. This is turning out surprisingly well here for XlorD. Johnny Cage having a tougher time with his fast expansion. Funnily enough, despite this one being much easier than on AZ.
Okay, more right clicks from Frostborn. He sends back the Passons. And one more coil is almost the kill here. 25 seconds to get it. More kills. Oh, level 2 would be a coil. But he can't get another one, I think.
Yeah, the footman split by JohnnyCage is not that great here, to be honest. He was chasing after one fiend with 4 footies. That this is not what he's supposed to do. Always supposed to split 2 on the DK, 2 on the fiend, 2 to defend, something like that. Dude, XlorD is getting so many kills.
It's level 2.
One more peasant. Boom, level 2. Another peasant.
Wow.
Oh, JohnnyCage, he messed up this defense a little.
Now he's
Props to
under pressure.
XlorD, though. He's doing a good job. The AM.
One more shot. No. One hit and 1 coil away from dying.
Oh my god. And there absolutely is one more coil.
So how does he play this with an Archmage now? Tech is done. You see a slaughterhouse, another fiend, Lich coming.
God, this expansion! What the hell?
What?
Look at this is just insane damage. Insane damage, and now this is gonna be the TP. Nope, he doesn't have a coil.
So close! XlorD! Is he throwing this game away? Not really, but this is so much time. Ultra is occupied with a Lich for a couple. This was RNG, I guess, but unnecessarily risky from XlorD.
Also risky from JohnnyCage though, like he's standing there and man fighting like a boss with this AM. He gets the replenishment. Oh baby, is that the best replenishment ever or
Yeah,
what?
most likely. Yeah, this Archmage, seriously, like Muten Roshi. Putting in the damage straight up. Fiends are low. DK takes some time, but the Lich is just ultra aggressive right away. Ooh, Lich could be surrounded there. Still 3 of them. I think no defend.
Also, only 6 footies at the moment. 6 footies into defend. Defend is coming. And then probably more footmen. Again, you want to spam those footies. They are very good.
A player's forces are under attack.
Full mana on the Lich for now. He cancelled the replenishment. Or just ran off. I'm not too sure. A lot of peasants have to be reproduced though.
And the infrastructure coming up here, the tower, the shop, defend, more footies after. This is all thanks to this DK kill. If the DK was here right now, this would all be much harder to deal with.
Yeah.
For JohnnyCage.
DK is coming. And the first statue as well. And he needs that statue desperately. Like, look at this health everywhere. Good damage distribution, as everything is not, like, if he micros well, nothing will die.
Yeah, and now the statue. Oh, beautiful AoE heal. DK comes in with the aura, with the coil. Water Elemental will be a bit more experience, but not any level ups really close by here for XlorD.
Archmage not close to 4. This will be a lot less water elementals than on AZ.
Aggressive Nova on the AM, not on the footies, makes dealing with them quite a bit harder. Footies are diving towards the fiends. With the defend, they're very tanky. They are very unlikely to be finding any kills here, but they're buying time. And that's what they're supposed to be doing.
Lich still putting some pressure on this Archmage, but as long as the DK is not level 3, that's absolutely no problem. 2 more coils, he needs 1 on the Fiend. Not losing them early this time.
I love the SimCity by JohnnyCage. Blacksmith, farm, wall off, 2 towers behind. And this is exactly what the footies were supposed to buy time for, but XlorD sniffs it out, and he should get the tower cancel. Look at the mass peasants ready for the repair. He wants to save these towers, but it's so much piercing damage. I don't think... Nah, he can't repair against this.
This SimCity is pretty much like the double lumber mill without going into double lumber mill.
Yeah. This tower might finish. This would be a great anchor here. Oh my god, this is a lot of peasants for repair. Was expensive?
Worth
That
it.
was worth it,
I mean,
probably.
he has 1,000 gold and 500 lumber. He can afford that.
Yeah, true.
T2 is done for JohnnyCage.
Must be the MK second. Is he gonna rush tier 3 again, or does he feel
Yep.
more pressured this time?
Super fast.
Doesn't seem to feel too pressured. Instant tier 3 again. Regent scroll again. These Regent scrolls must be on cooldown soon. He was spamming them like crazy.
I like how JohnnyCage is like going into breakers as well to have like a little something more.
A player's
Dark
Yeah.
Ranger. Now third.
It's also really, really good to prevent Banshees. Otherwise, as I like to point out over and over, Banshees are just insanely strong. Against Knights especially. With the breakers, you prevent the curse. 5 Fiends though, plus Dark Ranger, plus Lich. That's a lot of damage. The Orb, however, is missing, but the Ghoul is bringing it from the main. Has the Orb in the inventory. And this is still pretty scary right now for JohnnyCage. He needs more time. He needs more heroes, he needs more knights, he needs more militia and breakers to confidently push this back.
So this is a lot easier to deal with the footmen now. Their time is over and they're basically free experience for the undead, which he absolutely needs. Kills more peasants and skeletons are created by the Black Arrow. XlorD raising the dead.
And now taking that one tower out earlier was so good. Imagine 2 guard towers here instead of 1.
Yeah,
so
couldn't
far
stand
apart.
that.
This would be very different.
So this way the statues can heal up level 3. Also a big deal. XlorD is getting those milestones. Mountain King is here though.
But JohnnyCage, man, he doesn't quite have enough. Also, he can't make breakers right now. The shop's gone. And the tier 3 is still pretty far away, and this is starting to become pretty expensive. More and more peasants dying. He has also lost so much mining time over here. But he's still pretty rich.
Going straight for upgrades for the melee. Deal a little bit more. But that should be fine. Full mana on the DK. This time the coils are all perfect. I don't think a single fiend was lost.
Yeah, this is pretty easy to micro for XL right now. He's got full mana DK, he's got a bunch of fiends, triple hero.
That skeleton block though was quite neat. Oh, now the burrows work as well. It feels like everything that didn't work in game 1 is working now. Massive Nova. Constantly has to reproduce fiends. He's still at 1,300 gold. And tier 3 is done. Arrival of the Paladin changed a lot. Do we have double?
Oh, the burrow again!
So sick what XlorD plays here.
Damn. And JohnnyCage forgot about the farm behind the lab. Usually you always want to go for this, but there was a lot of stuff happening this game. Don't blame him too much for forgetting about this one. So many peasants died at this expansion, man. This is a graveyard.
Take versus Podox, anyone? No double racks this time. He goes breakers to have more melee and more normal damage and more towers in the back as well. This could be the first fiend dying, actually.
Yes, they're just making more and more fiends. A-bomb, here it is as well. It has disease cloud already. It's going to be really good against the breakers. Not applying it just yet, but over time this will be doing great work. MK's out of mana. He can't even really hope to get a kill here on this A-bomb. And the tower is gone. The far forward tower is gone. And now it's hunting season on these peasants.
Yeah, free reign. The 3 in the back still do a decent job, but he can attack the town hall now. How much time? Second abomination is coming. Great transition timing for XlorD. Not going into destroyers, not risking too much by going meat wagons. And there's basically no repair. If there's repair, the peasants are instantly dead. JohnnyCage gathering forces.
Even if he's keeping this town hall alive, this town hall right now is not making money. Yeah. It's costing money.
This costs like 5,000 gold. So.
Alright, militia and knights. This is supposed to push back the undead. But it's such a big undead army, man. This is 60 supply. Double silence on MK and Paladin. He's trying to aim for the Lich. This looks like a Hail Mary play right here. He actually passes over the ring in the middle of the chaos, but he gets the kill out of nowhere. The Lich dies. Usually that means no more chance for an undead, but his army is just so overwhelming. He can fight without the second hero.
Exactly. JohnnyCage lost a lot with this. He still has the Dark Ranger. He still has plenty of... Oh, there's actually no statue, so he has only 1 coil to work with. Again, we saw the effect of the Fire Orb. And the expansion is still up. I think Lich from the altar, not rebuilding it at the moment. Maybe waiting for the resources to get him back from the tavern, as there is a skeleton already.
Yep, exactly. Waiting there. Level 2 hero, not that expensive. About 500 gold, I think, or 400 something. But again, just mass repair. Nothing is mining here.
JohnnyCage is looking for some answers. Hero levels. Again, 3-1-1 is not what you want. These breakers are hurting from the 2 DPS disease cloud. And the Lich is back.
Destroyers now being sent away. He realizes, okay, you're not here for defense, you must be creeping somewhere. And Destroyers can harass greatly against this, dispelling the water elementals and being annoying. And there it is. Finds the human. Would make sense now to chase after. This is such a scary undead army, dude. Oh my god. 65 supply. Hero levels, honestly, aren't that impressive. 3-2-2 only. But the number of fiends plus A-bombs, which is the threat.
Town Hall is down. He knows where his opponent is. He got the last hit, didn't he? With the destroyers?
I didn't quite see it, I have to say.
I'm not 100%
but JohnnyCage has
sure.
to TP.
Ooh, Warsong battle drums on the ground. More losses for JohnnyCage though, and TP out. I'm not quite sure, but actually, yeah, I don't know. Rest of the camp goes to XlorD, close to 4 DK, close to 3 Lich, close to 3 Dark Ranger.
Yep.
Massive
That's
level
three
ups
nice
around
level
the corner.
ups. Exactly.
Lots
And
of
again, the Destroyers. They know exactly where he is.
This multitasking is so beautiful. It is the level up for the human though. And this is Divine Shield. Paladin not that easy to nuke. Okay, we see it immediately. Oh, this kill is so big. Oh, staff out before.
There's still some creeps up here though. Left. The DK's level 4 already. He's playing it safe, going for Death Pact as it seems.
Yeah.
And no reason not to. Well, there is reason not to have the faster aura. But he's so far ahead in this game. As long as XlorD doesn't sacrifice all his heroes, this game should be his. He's up by 20 supply on 1 base versus 1.
No counter expansion. There's actually an Acolyte moving over to the bottom left red spot. And this kill must be level up for the Lich. Ah! Yep, Fiend kills get it. Oh, actually, it was not. What's out of range, I guess. But he kills the next one. GG! We go full distance in this first deciding series of the day. These players, man, no gifts for no one. First game, JohnnyCage was holding like the Chinese wall. Second game, XlorD was rushing through it and dealt 1 million damage. And now we're all gonna decide it on Northern Isles.
Yeah, this was a really nice display from both these guys here so far. JohnnyCage, he did defend that first DK harass far from perfectly, though, to be honest, at the expansion. This is what gave XlorD the way into this game. But then losing the DK felt like it was swapping back around. But yeah, JohnnyCage never got the answer to the mass fiends. The SimCity didn't keep everything safe. And now we have our last game here between these two. The map is Northern Isles.
Decision time indeed. The winner of the next map joins the top 4 European, excluding Foggy, who plays the Chinese W League on choice.
Death Note, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Fire Orb is useless? that is a pretty salty comment, my friend.
It's a pretty good orb by now, I think.
It's a really good orb. Against undead only, kind of?
Yeah.
At least I haven't seen it being effective anywhere else. But especially with rifle armies, that is really, really, really good. That's a style that especially in China is being played a lot. Rifles into expansion or expansion into rifles. But JohnnyCage is playing it more old school, I guess. Going fast expo into knights then later. Which can also be very good, but takes a time to come online. And does take somewhat of a critical mass. Normally it's like 4 knights upward where it starts being really good. All right. How does this go on our last map?
We'll see about that after we thank our subs. Thank you, Kai Katze, for 35 months in a row. Explict for 28 months. And Copyleft for the latest Prime sub here. Still waiting for XlorD to give us the go. Johnny is ready. What a cool storyline this is. The former most talented player in Europe, seeing his protege at WGL Europe. JohnnyCage wasn't too successful. I think he won. Did he win the first round? I'm not too sure.
He defeated Foggy in the upper bracket,
yeah,
right?
correct.
And then he lost in the lower bracket. There he kind of fell apart a little.
Yeah, I think the first day was pretty good, but then Cash destroyed him pretty much.
Yeah, and Foggy turned it up like crazy in the lower bracket
Yeah.
until he met Cash. And it was defeated by Cash's human. That was a little embarrassing.
But yeah, Cash's human was pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Realizes the strength of the rifles quickly.
Rifles and Pally. Oh, yeah. Not Pally first. Pally second.
Yeah.
XlorD taking his time, but now he is ready. This should be our go.
And it is.
Decision. Map number 3. Who makes it out of first place? Group A.
The 5th player in the group stage, the Swiss system group stage, which is basically double elimination. Happy, Thorazane, Hawk, and Cash in there. So now a 5th player will join. Either a human / night elf or an undead / human, I think we can say. On Northern Isles on the bottom left from Germany is XlorD in the yellow, and JohnnyCage from Kaliningrad, Russia in the red as the human. So, 3rd game, 3rd expansion?
I think so. I think he must realize that there was weaknesses in his defense in the 2nd game, and as long as he can remedy those weaknesses, make up for them, it should be at least a better start into the game. Kind of weird to say this, despite the DK hero kill. But yeah, it was certainly not perfect for him.
Yeah.
AM first, DK first, anything else would be a massive surprise.
So, on this map, we have a pretty close expansion, which is absolutely doable. We have a marketplace in the bottom right, middle, and the upper left. We have one shop, similar to Echo Isles, actually, with a marketplace and only one shop. Laboratories on the left and right-hand side. No mercenary camps. 2 big red spots in the outer skirts, and a couple of green stuff in the middle. Archmage it is, and a DK again. Tet Fiend's build ordered by XlorD, so I can only imagine this is again her harass.
Yeah, I think so. Some units will go for green camp first into then expansion harass, but that doesn't seem to be XlorD's style. Seems like he's playing this level 1 harass always. Something that is very popular over in China as well on NetEase is the counter expansion from undeads on tier 3. XlorD hasn't attempted this yet once. This is like the best map for this strategy. The expansion is really far away from the human, extremely hard to cancel, pretty easy for the undead to defend, and we have a marketplace where you can buy the Brilliance Aura, which is ridiculously good, for which of course you need a lot of resources,
And a
but
little
on
luck.
2 bases, that's normally doable.
Thank you, Kratic, for the prime sub. Archmage starts with the claws. That's great. XlorD rushing over, expecting his opponent
Town is
at the
under siege.
orange spot, but no, JohnnyCage is at the green. Acolyte
Player's
confirms it
forces are
now.
under attack.
So
Well,
he
XlorD is-
steals experience away at the Flash Eater.
And this is pretty cool. I guess he is going for the creeping first now. Really surprising to me, and probably also surprising to JohnnyCage. It makes sense on this map. If you harass on level 1, you're going to be too late to do anything about the first green camp anyways. So here he gets something done. Gets a gauntlets for a bit more right click in the early game. That can be somewhat effective. Nice again playing around the coil. Dude, JohnnyCage, he is looking so confident in his ability to do this.
Gets the water mantle. That's big experience for XlorD though. Yeah, you're right. This happens like for the 4th time on 3 maps right now, especially in the early game. With that last hit, the DK would be a lot closer to level 2, and the Archmage would not be level 2. So that's a
Okay,
big
here
deal.
come the militia. This is a little bit scary. This is a big camp. This is hard to creep. The DK is here to harass. So is the Acolyte, I guess. 2, 4, 6, 8 peasants, though. He wants to make damn sure this is coming up.
That's a big commitment. XlorD still has 2 coils. The Tuska Trapper and the Ogres are the big ones. This one goes to Johnny.
Town is under siege.
And he's gonna give him the level 2 creep. That's fine. He just doesn't want to give him the big ones.
I think level 3 is already prevented. XlorD in the meantime must be teching, I guess. Skeletons do damage, but not too much. XlorD gets it, and the item as well.
Wow.
The Magpie is back at it again. He's blocking his way a little himself with the Water Elemental. Good right clicks. Archmage is in trouble. XlorD with great blocks and good Frostmourne hits. And there is another coil in a bit. Tries to run him down. 70 damage is the threshold.
A player's
But he's
forces
getting
are
away.
under attack.
Again, the AM finds himself under pressure, kind of like the second game, excuse me.
It's such a big investment into this tier 1. Look at the resources for the power build. It's 7 peasants power building. It costs all his resources he's getting right now.
But it's fast.
It's insanely fast indeed. XlorD is arriving at tier 2.
So the DK gets level 2 this time around. That is certainly better than the first map.
A player's forces
So
are
important there
under
to get
attack.
that last hit. But the expansion finishes pretty quickly. Lich coming. More Fiends coming. Slaughterhouse. The standard by XlorD. How much more damage can he do here? He doesn't have skeletons anymore, so it's really hard to find any kind of damage now. The AM, if he wants to be very safe, he should go for the boots. Otherwise, he might get chased around. But
With
still
the
a DK.
investment into power build, maybe not the
Yeah,
resources.
that was impossible earlier with the power build. And he's still fine, but a Lich could be showing up any moment now. How well does he know the Lich timing? Coil Nova from Fog could just kill him.
So far, he's playing nicely around it. Fiends can't really do too much. I wonder if defense is on the way or even researched yet. Don't think so.
Good number of footies. We have 6 out. JohnnyCage stopping Footman production, which I don't like so much. But he can resume it soon again.
Yeah, I think the numbers are fine. Just needs defense. Important for
One more
XlorD to
footies,
get
Neo.
some shots at this Archmage. Huh?
You want more footies. All the footies.
I think the number is fine. Here comes the Lich with a new Rod of Necromancy. Coil Nova now. Shop is up, but no tier 2, no potions. Only Region Scrolls.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still scary for the AM. Still not even 200 HP. Oh, and every hit you take here matters. That shop was a little bit late.
He got boots now.
Never got
though.
the chance to go there. Now he's being chased. But this is also taking a lot of time out of XlorD. So the AM is having one hell of a stressful game. But most of the rest is being fine.
So now we have the Nova against the Footman, and I think still no defense. At least he's not using it. Fiends are hurt. Statues are quite far away. He has to use the coil defensively. He's getting a double kill on the Footman, most likely a triple kill. 20 experience each per hero. Ooh. He's playing with the idea of this hero nuke.
Dude. The balls on this guy. That he's not going back to the shop is kind of mind-blowing.
He gets
Does he
killed.
really want to go for these Fiend kills? Dude, you have 100 HP.
Super stressful mid-game.
Yeah. For XlorD, a little bit as well. His Fiends are kind of close to dying, but of course the AM is the scarier thing.
Oh, the statue is a little out of
Uh-oh.
position.
Dude, he could have gone for a Coil Nova right there. Maybe he didn't see him at the bottom edge of the screen.
Ring around the tavern. More footy kills who have defend now.
And the AM still not level 3, man. This is a real problem.
At least
Towers are coming up, though. This is looking pretty well fortified, this expansion. We have a blacksmith in front. We have 2 guard towers behind. Soon to be a third one, possibly.
Even the tech is done for JohnnyCage. XlorD almost done with the tier 3. Burrow is coming in right in time for the arrival of the Mountain King.
And there we go. Second hero MK starts from the altar. Tier 3 about to finish, though, for XlorD. He's gonna go for backpack instantly. Repair is there for the guard towers. It's a lot of Fiends again, though. A lot of damage from these 5.
No upgrades yet.
Oh!
My god, I
5
wasn't
HP
even
combo.
fast enough with the camera. 7 HP. Towers in the main as well. That's important. XlorD scouted that, realizes, okay, only 1 is finished now. Maybe I can get something done here.
And finally, JohnnyCage can make it to the shop. At all times, he was cut off from the shop, but now finally gets there for the heal pot. The 1 tower gets cancelled here. Only a single guard. However, there's of course no entrance into the main, so you can't just ravage the peasants in the back. MK's here. Could get a first kill. No.
XlorD is waiting patiently for the ghoul that brings the orb. JohnnyCage is using that time for a second barracks again. That was one of the key moments in game 1. Dark Ranger third again. But again, low heroes on XlorD. 2-1-1.
Oh, JohnnyCage would love to creep drag here. He wants him to start this camp and then come in for some pressure on the fiends. But level 1 Stormbolt only, and JohnnyCage doesn't want to commit in. Running into a Nova, running into Orb and Black Arrow, that's dangerous. It's going to be level 3 DK here as well. Big item. Okay, Skirted Bone Chimes, that's completely useless.
Unless he's going for Abominations again. Later, but he will sell it. Did he sell it already? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
At least level 2. Holds on to the Talisman, by the way. And Destroyer upgrade is done as well. So it's about cracking the main now, I guess, with Destroyers. 1 tower only still. How many skeletons can he raise?
Oh, getting this tower is important. The mass repair has to be there. Not all fiends can reach. So he's just going for the peasants though, and they're dying quickly. They're dying really quick.
Oh, look at the skeletons! It's just the army of the dead.
I think this main base is broken.
I
What if he
think so
morphs
too.
destroyers now? There we go.
Oh boy. Paladin coming, but the heroes can't do too much. XlorD the Night King.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you only have 1-2 towers in the main, it can kind of easily be breached. And JohnnyCage, he's not ready yet. He had the double barracks ready for mass night production, but XlorD is hitting just a little bit too soon. These mass fiends are the key to always have pressure on, to always deal damage, to always keep the human on his toes. Not much creeping by XlorD at all. He had 1 green camp this game and the merchant. That was it.
How often were we casting games infuriated that undeads don't scout the main base because the expansion was fortified by 7-8 towers and the main was naked? XlorD realizes this and deals tremendous damage. So, little counter push by JohnnyCage. XlorD not even TPing. Abomination coming again, this time without Disease Cloud.
He's taking out the castle first.
That takes
And
some time.
with two destroyers, he can just hold this with only those.
Damn. Archmage down to 50%. Acolyte saved.
A player's forces are under attack.
The slow tower is doing a good job here. Dude, he has to TP out. Archmage, JohnnyCage. Oof. But yeah, not to the main, not defending this. Knight is falling there as well. Still blocked. Ha!
Yeah, really good place by XlorD. Losing the first game, but coming back damn strong. The castle falls, and normally that is GG.
No.
But JohnnyCage is not giving up. He's going to the red camp. He wants to get some experience under his belt.
Are under attack.
He did start the paladin before castle fell. That was important.
And
But
another,
he can make no more knights.
He built 1, so he's gonna end up at 3. Mountain King, level 2 only. That's not a big threat. We have 2 Abominations, if I'm not mistaken. 1 Fiend is forgotten about for now. XlorD needs another Ziggurat as well, but that's about it, man. This push was absolutely gorgeous, and he wants to call it a day. He wants to make sure he wins this. Coil Nova on this Mountain King. Do we have a staff? Yes, we do.
Where's he gonna land with the staff, by the way?
At the
A player's
normal town hall.
forces are under attack.
I guess you're right. Good skeleton. Destroyer scouting there again, by the way. Made this creep jack possible. I'm kind of surprised XlorD isn't chasing after. Feels like he could easily get more kills.
Uh-oh, Archmage at the shop. XlorD not scouting for it. Okay, he knows that the rest of the army is at the bottom right. He's trying his very, very best to get this item and experience, but he's found. Hood of Cunning, not really worth it. Okay, dodges the bolt again, but it's a big Congo line. Lich is missing as well. I think he went to the shop, did he? No. Don't know what he did.
It's just a little bit slower, so the DK outran him. But yeah. JohnnyCage is getting chased across the map. Fighting spirit from him.
Forces are under attack. The town is under siege.
There's a catgut's pipe on the ground.
Yeah.
It is actually a little bit stronger than the level 1 Brilliance Aura. I don't know if it overrides it. No idea.
Yes, it does.
There you go. Lich now level 3. Dark Ranger close to that level up as well. DK close to level 4 himself. XlorD could just counter expand right now. But he doesn't have to. As long as he keeps on scouting the main and prevents it from coming up, being re-established, or any other base. Oh, and actually top left!
Yep.
Didn't even see this. There's an expansion coming up for XlorD.
Once again, full mana XlorD. Destroyer not dispelling yet. He sees the Archmage right there with the Fiend, but not going for it. 60 versus 44. JohnnyCage about to break the stone. Knights are great in killing undead bases.
Players' forces are under attack.
Can XlorD defend this? Does he want to defend this? We have double Invul Potion on the Lich now. But he's not attacking.
Alright, JohnnyCage is gonna get the cancel here on at least the Haunted, but it's gonna cost him a TP. He does have that TP. Is it gonna cost him more? Stabs out the Paladin first because he was low HP, and the damage is good enough to basically lose nothing here, other than a footy. I think he just fortunately found this. He was just trying to run away, and then he was like, oh, expansion.
So we do have another expansion attempt by JohnnyCage with the Shredder right now.
Players' forces are under
His
attack.
army have 42 supply. This level 3 Mountain King would change a lot, actually. We see a Temple of the Damned by XlorD, who's constantly mining, constantly doing a great scouting job, constantly creeping as well. For the level 3 Dark Ranger now. 3/3/3 heroes about to be 4/3/3. Double replenishment potion. A lot of mana on this DK. Johnny's trying to find experience everywhere he can, like every tiny bit.
The town is under siege.
And that's working okay so far, I guess.
Yeah, gets double level ups here for MK and Paladin, and the AM is very close as well. But he still can't fight. He's still far away from being able to take an actual fight.
Players' forces are
Skeletons
under
scout the
attack.
main, and this is exactly where XlorD's heading. JohnnyCage is trying to distract from the main base, but this counterattack into XlorD's main isn't that scary. It's 2 knights and 3 heroes, but that's it.
He's wiping out the entire peasant line again. Towers, not a threat. Nothing is a threat right here.
The town is under siege.
XlorD expansion is up. Harassed by a knight though. Cool play by JohnnyCage. Now he's TPing home. Must be a counter TP immediately. He's trying to haunt the gold mine. Whoa! Where the hell did this come from?
Yep, that's a big undead army against the level 3 AM. He don't tag for so much. GG. Nice game, really well played by both these guys.
XlorD in 2019 in a European top 8 competition. Trying to qualify for China. Unbelievable. Kudos for JohnnyCage trying so much with his higher ping and only 20 years old. He has another shot. He's down in the lower bracket final. XlorD, the second undead after Happy, joining Hawk, Cash, and Thorzane in the top 8. The first representative from Germany, second from Central Europe. And a great display of skills. Tiny little moves that make differences. The destroyer splits, the blocks. That was really nice.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Looking like a strong contender now
Absolutely.
in the next round. Who's going to join him, though? Nobody's out of Group A just yet. JohnnyCage drops down to the lower bracket, where Sonic and Neutron are already finding themselves. That's going to be our next match, the first elimination of the day.
Absolutely. We go into a little break, and then we'll be right back with the Knight of Mirror, Sonic versus Neutron.